I love these kinds of sweaters, and that are like, I feel like from the 90s or the 80s, something that your grandma probably in the early 90s would have worn or something. I really, really love these kinds of sweaters, and they're really soft. And I just think that they're super, super adorable. And my mom always jokes about how I dress like a little old lady, but I like them. So I can give you a little sneak preview in the corner as to what we are going to be doing for this video. It is a picture book that I'm going to be reading. I was Christmas shopping recently, and me and my boyfriend went to Barnes & Noble, and we're just looking at some books, and I found this book, and I immediately knew that I had to make a video with it. So I've had it for a couple days, and I've been waiting for the opportunity to record because I'm usually pretty busy, or I just forget. And now today is the day I completely reorganized my room so that my couch had a blank background, and I have more space to set up stuff for recordings. I have a TV dinner table that my phone is sitting on with my camera, and I put a lamp on it so that I could actually have some lighting. And I have two squishmallow friends that are joining me today. They just happen to be here. This is just my couch, so I was watching The Incredibles 2 earlier, and now I'm filming this. But yeah. So, would you like to know the very special picture book that we're going to be reading? Okay. It is called From Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. I give you Christmas at Hogwarts. Isn't that so cool? I love this so much. So much. I saw these there was the Barnes & Noble that we went to. I don't know if all of them are like this, but the two that are near me have really big Harry Potter sections. Maybe that's just the ones near me for some reason, or maybe that's all Barnes & Nobles. I don't know. But yeah, so my boyfriend recently discovered a passion for Harry Potter, and so now we make a stop at the Harry Potter section whenever we go there. And I saw these books in a big display, and it just immediately caught my eye. I love picture books ever since I was a little kid. And when like your teacher would do story time and read to you, it would always be like a library book, so it would be covered in a plastic cover, and it was always really crinkly, like much more crinkly than just the regular book cover. And I always wanted my books to have those plastic covers because it helps protect them, and also I hate it when your sleeve is coming off of the book, like slips up, you know, you can even tell that it did that. Yeah. There's a truck honking outside, like a semi-truck. It's honking a lot. Oh my gosh, what is happening? Oh, and now there's sirens. Okay. Well, just a little ambiance for you. What was I even talking about? Oh yeah, I hate the sleeves coming off. And also, the protection that I had mentioned before would be nice because it's already ripped. I set it on my couch the other day, and I piled a bunch of books on top of it, and it was a mistake. It was a bad choice. The ambiance is really picking up. for the for anything. Like, it's just the color itself. I think that makes things really soft. You can see, like, even the characters don't have a black outline or anything to them. The color just ends. That's the end of the object. And I prefer that to other kinds of art, but not that I don't like other ones. Yeah. And it's a mixture of this. This is kind of raised a little bit, so this is like gold foil that's raised, and then the background, you can see like this part of the background is matte, and then things like the candles and that and the tree. This is a star. The tree. Some parts of it are glossy. Those are the parts of it catching the light, but then other parts, like just the plain background, are matte. And I love that so much. Those are something that I absolutely adore. And I feel like this attention to detail to cover art is something that I really only see in picture books. A lot of times I don't want to knock adult books and adult art covers, because it's not like they're bad or anything. But I don't know, there's just something special. I think it's probably just nostalgia for me. But I love this. I love the cover, which is coming off. Again, it's illustrated by Z Gao. I'm not entirely sure how to say that name, and I apologize. It's really pretty looking, and for the sake of simplicity, and I'm sorry because I also like the sound of the cover. What did I call it before? All I can think is sheath. The sleeve. The protective sleeve. I like that sound, but I'm gonna take it off because I'm afraid that I'll have more accidents. I'll probably end up ripping it down here if I leave it on, because I need to hold it so that you can see. And I think that something bad might occur if I do that. So we're gonna take it off. And of course that reveals something else that I sound will appear, or will, like, how much the mic will be able to pick that up, especially the further down the book I go. Yeah. That's pretty cool. That's a neat visual. I'm like discovering it at the same time, so it's like, ooh, that's neat. Yeah. I've spent the first 15 minutes and we haven't even opened the book yet. So I think you've earned story time. Yeah. I'm gonna move because I think I might need to hold the book out like this. So, oh yeah, the inside is so cool. You can see we've got bells here with a bow tie, or with a bow, ribbon bow. There are stars all over of a couple different shapes. There's holly, I think. There's berries. There are chess pieces. Chess pieces. There's Hedwig. There's the golden snitch. Chocolate frog. Chocolate frog. I really like that. Chocolate frog. And I don't know if that's, I think that's just ribbon. Yeah. So I think bells, ribbon, golden snitch, holly, stars, chess piece, and I guess some pieces of pine tree. Oh, and chocolate frog. Did I just skip the chocolate frog? Chocolate frog. Chocolate frog. Hedwig. Star. Ribbon. There's the bow. Bells. Chess piece. Holly. Chocolate frog. And the pieces of tree. I did just remember that on the sleeve itself is the synopsis. So we should probably do that. Christmas was coming. Oh, actually, and I reminded myself I wanted to read the book in a soft-spoken voice. I hope that isn't too jarring of a transition, because I just started talking, and that it isn't too loud, or that you'll be okay with soft-spoken instead of whispering. If you have a preference for whispering over soft-spoken, I'm sorry. but I wanted to read this in a soft-spoken voice, like you were being read to by a kindergarten teacher. It says, Christmas was coming. One morning in mid-December, Hogwarts woke to find itself covered in several feet of snow. So begins Chapter 12 of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and the heartwarming story of Harry Potter's first Christmas at Hogwarts. From the Great Hall, decked with magnificent fir trees, to cozy evenings in the Gryffindor Common Room, to the joy of presents on Christmas morning, it's a holiday filled with warmth, friendship, good food, and magical surprises that Harry will never forget. With text drawn directly from J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, the luminous artwork by Ziyi Gao, this favorite moment from one of the most beloved books of all time is now fully illustrated for the whole family to enjoy in an enchanting new holiday tradition. I can also see that there is some information. So we have information on Ziyi Gao. Was born and raised in Beijing, China. She studied biochemistry at the University of California, San Diego, before finding her true passion for art and illustration. She transferred to the School of Visual Arts in New York, where she earned a BFA and now lives in Vancouver, Canada. To learn more about Ziyi Gao, visit ziyigao.com. And her name is spelled ZIYIGAO.com. Okay. So now we can get to this. La pièce de résistance. Terrible French accent. Christmas at Hogwarts from Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. Illustrated by Ziyi Gao. First page. You can see Hogwarts in the background. Some snow-covered tree branches. A few snow-covered trees. Birds. Their warm feathers. A few more birds. I assume probably owls. But you don't know. It could be anything. It's probably not anything, but nobody confirmed. I can't flip the page. Christmas was coming. One morning in mid-December, Hogwarts woke to find itself covered in several feet of snow. You can see Hedwig and more of Hogwarts. These pictures. Really, really pretty art. Wait, this is the next page. No one could wait for the holidays to start. While the Gryffindor Common Room and the Great Hall had roaring fires, the drafty corridors had become icy, and a bitter wind rattled the windows in the classrooms. You can see Ginny, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I was gonna say Hermione, and I was looking at Ron, and Ginny popped out of my mouth. Hermione, Ron, with his head down, taking a little winter nap, and Harry peering out the window. It's got frost. The frost makes me think of Jack Frost from Rise of the Guardians. You know, when he like goes up to people's windows and he just makes frost art, which is cool. There are people who do that. Take like white markers and they'll draw designs on windows. Could be any window. There's Hedwig again, hanging out on some tree branches. That sounds nice. I don't really mind the cold. Professor McGonagall had come around the week before making a list of students who would be staying for the holidays, and Harry had signed up at once. He didn't feel sorry for himself at all. This would probably be the best Christmas he'd ever had. So you can see McGonagall in these really pretty green robes. I like that. That's cool. There's a lot of design going on here. The tree looks amazing. I love it. I love the cute little lights in it. And the ornaments. That's so cute. So I guess that's Ron. Right there. He's so short. He's so tiny. Some portraits in the background. And then we've got Harry. And then Fred and George. And some decor in the mantle. Candles. I was gonna say snow globe, but I'm assuming probably a crystal ball. A nice plate. Nice decorative plate. Nice. There's a fire roaring behind them. When Harry, Ron, and Hermione left the dungeons at the end of potions, they found a large fir tree blocking the corridor ahead, 2 enormous feet sticking out from the bottom, and a loud puffing sound told them that Hagrid was behind it. "Hi, Hagrid. Want any help?" Ron asked, sticking his head through the branches. "Nah, I'm alright. Thanks, Ron." "Tell you what. Come with me and see the Great Hall. Looks a treat." So the 3 of them followed Hagrid and his tree off to the Great Hall, where Professor McGonagall and Professor Flitwick were busy with the Christmas decorations. I really, really love this style of art. I just think that it's so pretty. It makes me really happy just looking at it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. It's so cute. That is just so cute. Oh, Hagrid. The last tree, put it in the far corner, would you? I'm sorry, I'm reading upside down. The hall looked spectacular. Festoons of holly and mistletoe hung all around the walls, and no less than 12 towering Christmas trees stood around the room, some sparkling with tiny icicles, some glittering with hundreds of candles. It's a great hall, full of Christmas trees and Christmas wonder. Oh my gosh. Why is Dumbledore like 2 feet tall? Is this a perspective thing, or is he just 2 feet tall? Because even if he's far away, he should be bigger than that, shouldn't he? Isn't he like really tall? I feel like that's what I remember. Hagrid. That's so cool. How many days have you got left until your holidays? Hagrid asked. Just one, said Hermione. Ornaments. Stars. They're hanging out. Once the holidays had started, Ron and Harry had the dormitory to themselves, and the common room was far emptier than usual, so they were able to get the good armchairs by the fire. They sat by the hour. Is that what it says? They sat by the hour, eating anything they could spear on a toasting fork. Bread, crumpets, marshmallows, and plotting ways of getting Malfoy expelled, which were fun to talk about, even if they wouldn't work. I also like the outfit that she put Harry in, because this feels more, like, modern. Like, when is the first movie? It's the 90s, but I can't remember what year specifically, but this is definitely more modern than I think would. It's also a little bit older. Like, I don't think 11-year-old Harry would have worn a cardigan. But maybe, I don't know. Where's Ron? He looks very mischievous and he's not even doing anything. I think he's like his brothers. He has resting mischievous face. Oh my goodness. On Christmas Eve, Harry went to bed looking forward to the next day for the food and the fun, but not expecting any presents at all. When he woke early in the morning, however, the first thing he saw was a small pile of packages at the foot of his bed. "Merry Christmas," said Ron sleepily, as Harry scrambled out of bed and pulled on his bathrobe. "You too," said Harry. "Will you look at this? I've got some presents." "What did you expect? Turnips?" said Ron, turning to his own pile, which was a lot bigger than Harry's. Let's see, Harry and his Christmas present. It's on the floor. Ron's just getting out of bed. It's actually kind of thick, considering that this is based off of like one scene. Harry picked up the top parcel. It was wrapped in thick brown paper, and scrawled across it was, "To Harry, from Hagrid." Inside was a roughly cut wooden flute. Hagrid had obviously whittled it himself. Harry blew it. It sounded a bit like an owl. There's a little owl there. A second, very small parcel contained a note. "We received your message and enclosed your Christmas present. From Uncle Vernon and Aunt Petunia." Taped to the note was a 50 pence piece. "That's friendly," said Harry. Ron was fascinated by the 50 pence. "Weird," he said. "What a shape! This is money." "You can keep it," said Harry, laughing at how pleased Ron was. I love how blown away all wizards are by human stuff, and I'm like, really? Or muggles? It's like you never interact with normal people, ever? Like, what is the wizarding world like? And is it usually people who marry non-magical folk? Do they tend to have one or more parents who are also non-magic? Is that more common than maybe someone who has two magical parents to marry someone who's not magical? Because I feel like Ron would never be exposed to a muggle. in general, because he and his dad seem to have no idea anything about muggles, so I don't know. Hagrid and my aunt and uncle. So who sent these? I think I know who that one's from, said Ron, turning a bit pink and pointing to a very lumpy parcel. My mum. I told her you didn't expect any presents and... Oh no, he groaned. She's made you a Weasley sweater. Harry had torn open the parcel to find a thick hand-knitted sweater in emerald green and a large box of homemade fudge. Every year she makes us a sweater, said Ron, unwrapping his own. And mine's always maroon. That's really nice of her, said Harry, trying the fudge, which was very tasty. His present also contained candy, a large box of chocolate frogs from Hermione. That's adorable and very sweet. I wasn't even going to show you the picture. They're just eating some sweets, looking at their sweaters. I could have sworn in the movie their sweaters had the first letter of their names on it. Some chocolate frogs. A little bit of candy. This left only one parcel. Harry picked it up and felt it. It was very light. He unwrapped it. Something fluid and silvery gray went slithering to the floor, where it lay in gleaming folds. Ron gasped. I am so sorry. My Xbox is trying to sabotage me. I've had of those, he said in a hushed voice, dropping the box of every flavor beans he'd gotten from Hermione. If that's what I think it is, they're really rare and really valuable. What is it? Harry picked the shining silvery cloth off the floor. It was strange to the touch, like water woven into material. It's an invisibility cloak, said Ron, a look of awe on his face. I'm sure it is. Try it on. Harry threw the cloak around his shoulders, and Ron gave a yell. It is! Look down! Harry looked down at his feet, but they were gone. He dashed to the mirror. Sure enough, his reflection looked back at him, just his head suspended in midair, his body completely invisible. He pulled the cloak over his head, and his reflection vanished completely. That would be crazy. Could you imagine? I feel like every kid wanted so bad for the invisibility cloak to be real. We all wanted one. It's just a fact. There's a note, said Ron suddenly. A note fell out of it. Harry pulled off the cloak and seized the letter. Written in narrow, loopy writing he had never seen before were the following words. Your father left this in my possession before he died. It is time it was returned to you. Use it well. A very Merry Christmas to you. There was no signature. Harry stared at the note. Ron was admiring the cloak. I'd give anything for one of these, he said. Anything. What's the matter? Nothing, said Harry. He felt very strange. Who had sent the cloak? Had it really once belonged to his father? Yeah, your life should not be this mysterious when you're 11. Before he could say or think anything else, the dormitory door was flung open, and Fred and George Weasley bounded in. Harry stuffed the cloak quickly out of sight. He didn't feel like sharing it with anyone else yet. Merry Christmas! Aye, look! Ivy's got a Weasley sweater, too! Fred and George were wearing blue sweaters, one with a large yellow F on it, and the other a G. Harry's is better than ours, though, said Fred, holding up Harry's sweater.
She obviously makes more of an effort on it if you're not family. Why aren't you wearing yours, Ron? George demanded. Come on, get it on. They're lovely and warm. I hate maroon, Ron moaned half-heartedly as he pulled it over his head. You haven't got a letter on yours, George observed. I suppose she thinks you don't forget your name. But we're not stupid. We know we're called Gred and Forge. Is that dialogue from the movie? I feel like this doesn't happen, but I can't remember. It's been a while. What's all this noise? I'm also trying to do British accent. And I'm sorry, it's not very good. What's all this noise? Percy Weasley stuck his head through the door, looking disapproving. He had clearly gotten halfway through unwrapping his presents as he too carried a lumpy sweater over his arm, which Fred seized. P for prefect. Get it on, Percy. Come on, we're all wearing ours. Even Harry got one. I don't want, said Percy thickly, as the twins forced the sweater over his head, knocking his glasses askew. And you're not sitting with the prefects today, either, said George. Christmas is a time for family. They frog marched Percy from the room, his arms pinned to his side by his sweater. Oh, damn. Check that out. That is pretty. Harry had never in all his life had such a Christmas dinner. 100 fat roasted turkeys, mountains of toast and boiled potatoes, platters of chipolatas, tureens of buttered peas, silver boats of thick, rich gravy and cranberry sauce, and stacks of wizard crackers every few feet along the table. These fantastic party favors were nothing like the feeble muggle ones that the Dursleys usually brought, with their little plastic toys and their flimsy paper hats inside. Harry pulled a wizard cracker with Fred, and it didn't just bang. It went off with a blast like a cannon, and engulfed them all in a cloud of blue smoke, while from the inside exploded Rear Admiral's hat and several live white mice. Up at the high table, Dumbledore had swapped his pointed wizard's hat for a flowered bonnet, and was chuckling merrily, a joke Professor Flitwick had just read him. A joke. I didn't realize that this is what they meant by cracker. I forgot that this is a thing. And I was thinking like Ritz crackers. I was picturing Ritz crackers. For some reason they were wizard crackers. Like, I don't know what makes them wizard crackers instead of Ritz crackers, but sure. But I see now. I don't know what that is, though. Did it say in the thing? I think I was too busy thinking about the crackers to know what this is. I was confused. Flaming Christmas puddings followed the turkey. Percy nearly broke his teeth on a silver sickle embedded in a slice. Harry watched Hagrid getting redder and redder in the face as he called for more wine, finally kissing Professor McGonagall on the cheek, who, to Harry's amazement, giggled and blushed, her top hat lopsided. When Harry finally left the table, he had laden down with a stack of things out of the crackers, including a pack of non-explodable luminous balloons, a grow-your-own warts kit, and his own new wizard chess set. The white mice had disappeared, and Harry had a nasty feeling they were going to end up as Mrs. Norris's Christmas dinner. I can see why you want the wizard cracker, because there's giant stuff inside them. I like that's the part that they chose to draw was the kiss. I think that's what everyone would want to see. Like, pop. Ooh. I love going outside in the snow when it's like this time of day. everything is lit up so pretty. Harry and the Weasleys spent a happy afternoon having a furious snowball fight on the grounds. Then, cold, wet, and gasping for breath, they returned to the fire in the Gryffindor common room, where Harry broke in his new chess set by losing spectacularly to Ron. He suspected he wouldn't have lost so badly if Percy hadn't tried to help him so much. I see Percy just getting knocked in the face with a snowball. What else? You can see how pretty the sky is back there. Really nice. She's really, really good at, like, I don't know, the coloring and the shading and everything for this is just amazing. After a meal of turkey sandwiches, crumpets, trifle, and Christmas cake, everyone felt too full and sleepy to do much before bed except sit and watch Percy chase Fred and George all over Gryffindor Tower because they'd stolen his prefect badge. He's mad. He's a mad boy. I like the little Christmas cake. Christmas cake. Christmas cake. And the mantle again. And all the many, many Christmas trees all in a basket of bread, which is really cute. I like that. It had been Harry's best Christmas day ever, yet something had been nagging at the back of his mind all day. Not until he climbed into bed was he free to think about it. The invisibility cloak, and whoever had sent it. Ron, full of turkey and cake and with nothing mysterious to bother him, fell asleep almost as soon as he'd drawn the curtains of his four-poster. Oh, as soon as he'd drawn the curtains of his four-poster. I'm sorry. Harry leaned over the side of his own bed and pulled the cloak out from under it. His father's. This had been his father's. He let the material flow over his hands, smoother than silk, light as air. Use it well, the note had said. He had to try it. He slipped out of bed and wrapped the cloak around himself, looking down at his legs. He saw only moonlight and shadows. It was a very funny feeling. Use it well. Oh, there you go. He'd be sneaking. He'd be sneaking right out the room. Fred's just sleeping. Do you think that wizard food is good forever? Because you could probably just put a charm on it and be like, never spoil, ever. Oh. And that is the end of the book. I really hope you enjoyed that because I had a great time. I have always wanted to do reading ASMR videos. And this is my longest video, I think, that I posted. I'm pretty sure my other ones are like a half hour long or something. Maybe they are longer. I hope that you enjoyed, and please let me know if you would like any more of